Good morning. This is Michael Zess here. I am the host of this Dezzy Inside. Welcome to the first episode here. Yeah, I'm award-winning writer, director, and novelist. A beloved athlete as well. So, yeah, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. But yeah, so this. Thank you for listening. Hopefully, I'll get a lot more listeners in the future here. This first episode, well, the main episodes are going to be kind of different subjects on films, music, um, TV, just possibly sports as well. But so that was going to be the main subjects. But this first one is just going to be a question, which I'll raise as far as each season, which will be the first one, which is, are movies today too dark? This came about because of a conversation that my dad and I had. I was talking to him about the Daniel Craig films, about how they were the best Bond films. To me, he was the best Bond. And so we were arguing back and forth, and he said, well, yeah, but the movies today, he said that they're too dark and real. And he said they're not as original and fun as the original James Bond movies. And so that was kind of got me thinking, because the question kind of got in my head, are movies today too dark? So I had to think about this, bring myself back to when the first film that, in my opinion, 97's David Fincher, Seven. That was the true film where the films got really dark and truly black and naturalistic world, which I'm a fan of. But in that was the first time, and it was even before the digital age today. So that was the first film where everything started to change. And then post 2000s, that was obviously, the whole world of 9/11 and war. Things got darker and natural and real, just like any other time in history. And so, movies got darker, the artists got darker. From Children of Men, it's the first dark kind of naturalistic POV, realistic kind of shooting, kind of style. Everything from horror as well. Every single genre of film got darker. And so, and it was because of the fact that this became, a reaction to the horrific events of the war. And so after this point, films got darker in every way, even television. But kind of sum it up back to where I was started with was the Daniel Craig movies. And so that was kind of, and not just all action movies, but all genres. But that was the one that really got my discussion with my father. And so after I kind of talked with him about it, and in my opinion, no, I don't think films today are too dark. But I had to think about this because movies today, this is my prime. I'm in my late 30s. He's in his late 60s. So I had to go back to, I had to think about him in his time when he was born in the 50s. His prime was the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. So I had to think about it. I had to think really hard about, well, is this, that's his prime. And so I had to think about it, really go into his, that world, And so, yeah, so to answer the question, in my opinion, are films today too dark? No. But you do have to be considerate of people's primes. Thank you so much, guys. This is the first episode, Dezzy Inside. There'll be more of these guys, and yeah, like I said, thank you for listening and watching. And yeah, like I said, I look forward to doing more of these in the future. Take care.